Hello and welcome to Hank Games Without Hank. My name is John Green, manager of the AFC Wimbledon Wimbly Womblys. Today taking on the Hull City AFC. The owner of Hull City tried to rename them the Hull Tigers because their Hull City mascot is the Tigers, and the fans just wouldn't have it. They refused to be called the Hull Tigers. And it was a little bit of a reminder that in football, as opposed to American sports, when owners want something, sometimes they don't get it. For instance, the ownership of Wimbledon FC wanted to move to Milton Keynes, and now they have a club in the 4th tier of English football, and we have a club in the 3rd tier of English football for 6 more months, hopefully. Oh my God, things are really dark with real-life AFC Wimbledon, but this isn't real life. I complain a lot about FIFA graphics, but that is a proper face right there. That Hull City face. Really good face. We are on an excellent run of form, which is about to be devastated by the fact that we're likely to lose both John Green's, Liam Trotter, and one other player due to my own poor management of contracts. But for now, for today, we are alive, and we are going to try to put the Wimbly Womblys in the best position that we can put them in for the rest of the season, even though we know that things are going to be difficult moving forward, since we're going to lose, all of our best players probably. I don't know. Maybe I've been fouled from behind. That is a 100% stone cold penalty. Today I'm going to solve a problem. The problem comes from Blue Smurf. I don't know if that's their real name. And the problem is as follows. My problem is that my boyfriend joined the military. I've told him that as he gets stationed in places, I'm not going to go with him, and he seems to understand that I'm really happy where I live now and is okay with it, but I'm still worried that he has an issue with it. The relationship started out as long distance, so we already have overcome the challenges of being long distance in the past, so I'm not too worried about that factor. Any tips on how to solve or reduce my fears are greatly appreciated. Blue Smurf, I've been solving some hard problems, but this might be the hardest problem that I've been asked to solve, because there are two competing issues here. First off, some people have long distance relationships. Some people have long distance marriages. Some people, live in different places for decades, and they find a way to make it work. And I'm not here to tell other people how to have relationships that work for them. All I can really say is that you have to communicate with your partner on this one, because in the end, these are a series of decisions that you're going to make together. And there's not really that much else to... Oh, wow. I mean, if that had gone in, it would have been phenomenal, but it didn't. So instead, we just have to enjoy the replay of it. One time, pure power. Just a little bit wide of the post. Mr. Managerinho devastated, surprised, shocked, upset, and yet at the same time old. Oh, that's nice. That's good. Pass it to your husband. Oh, boy, not as good as I wanted. So there are lots of ways to be in a relationship, and there are lots of ways to make it work. And long distance works for some people for the short term. It works for some people for the medium term. It works for some people for the long term. And if it works for you for the long term, then that's great. But it may not. And if it doesn't, I don't think you can ignore the realities of something. And it's possible that your partner is only joining the military for a set period. It's got to be, and it is. What a phenomenal finish. I believe it was Frankenstein. I'm going to try a different celebration this time. Let's see if it worked. Oh, he's stirring the pot. He is beginning to bake some cookies, I believe. That's exciting. Really good finish from Frankenstein. I believe he nutmegged both the goal. Nutmeg. Oh, he didn't nutmeg the goalkeeper, but he kind of nutmegged the goalkeeper's arm. So it's still pretty good. Mr. Managerinho is excited. You can see Alfie Egan there in the background, just celebrating. All right, I'm happy about that. That's a positive turn of events in these difficult times. So with the caveat that everyone's relationship is different, I think there is a habit, or at least I had a habit when I was younger, of thinking about romantic relationships as somehow separate from the rest of my real life. And what the flip? So I would be well, this isn't working because of X and Y and Z, but I love this person and that's all that matters. I don't think that's all that matters. Or at least I don't think that when you're in love that you can ignore everything else about... I'm happy with that yellow card. That you can ignore everything else about your life. And so romantic relationships, I guess what I'm saying is that they do not happen like separate from the rest of your life circumstance. Now, we're kind of taught by like movies and other forms of media that they do, that like love conquers all. And I think love does conquer all in the like grandest sense, but it doesn't always conquer all in the practical sense. And so if because you want to have a certain kind of life, you love where you live, there is a sort of life that you want. And if you cannot have that life that you want while also being in this relationship, then you have to choose between you. I mean, it's unfortunate, but you have to choose between that life and that relationship. And so if you want a life in one place and your partner is going to be, stationed all over the world for the next 25 years, I don't think that you can, I don't know how possible it is to do both. And it may be that it is possible for you and you don't mind being in different physical locations for the next 25 years, and that's just going to be part of how you have a relationship. On the other hand, if they're just joining the army for a couple of years, I don't even know how long you have to join the army for. Is it 4 years? Is it 2? Then maybe, oh boy, that just flashed wide. Maybe you can make it work. But I don't think that the idea that you can just like separate out your life choices from who you're spending your time with and who you're kind of partnering with in life. I mean, people make fun of the word partner, and there are good reasons for there are good reasons why the word partner has its, like, the word partner does have its weirdnesses in terms of connotation because it has business connotations and other things. But I like it because to me it captures something that's really central about those the central relationships in your life, which is that they are partnerships. Like, you're agreeing to be in it together, and whether you're doing that for the long term or through a marriage, or you're doing it through the medium term by just making commitments to each other within the context of your private relationships, however it is, you're in it together. And if you can't be in it together because the life that you want is mutually exclusive with the life that your partner wants, then I don't know how well the partnership can work in the end. And so I think this is a big problem. It's got to be. Oh, it's phenomenal. It's just magnificent. I love everything about it. I couldn't be happier. I don't know why I did the rugby celebration. I guess joy. I can't stop myself from doing the rugby celebration. It's just, oh my God, the Wimbly Womblys firing on all cylinders, just as we face the greatest self-created crisis of this or any generation. Is that too much? No, it's not. All of our crises are self-created. Why do we keep making things terrible for ourselves? This is an observation about the Wimbly Womblys and also about other things. Tackle! Great tackle, Gummy. No, come on. I did a good job. No, it was a great tackle. It was a little bit from behind, but I got the ball. He did a good job. He didn't come through the back of him. What does this mean? You push that way. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't get a yellow card. That's nice. Let's see if we can. Oh, it's right into the wall, and then it's cleared, and that's really good stuff. Really good hold-up play there. And now, let's see if we can break. It's John Green. Oh, boy, everything except for the finish. And the finish was horrible. I've just been enjoying one-timing it so much. I just thought, weak foot one-time. No. Didn't exactly cover ourselves in glory there. But, it's 2-0. We're winning against Hull. We've been on an incredible run of wins after an exhausting run of ties. So I'm feeling really good. Maybe I did need to take a break from FIFA to just remember how much I love this stupid game and how bad I want to. Oh, it's got to be. Oh, it's John Green to John Green. It's magic. It's 3-0. I love everything about being a person. And then yeah, get in the face of the camera. Show it some love. Oh, calm down. Yeah, it's okay. Don't get excited, cameraman. I don't really understand that celebration, but I'm still into it. Yeah, look at John Green, Nate Bennett, 7 goals this season. Will he move on, or will he say, you know what, coach? I'm happy. I'm happy to make $20,000 a week. I don't want to go play for Barcelona and make $15 million a year and win the Champions League. I want to keep playing for you, buddy. Maybe I can make that case to him. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, there are some players for whom it's about more than money. And I don't know that FIFA codes for that, but it is true. I think the choice you have to make, it's really hard. The thing about making big life choices like this is that it's almost, you have to make them with limited information. And so you have to make them knowing that you might make the wrong choice. And it can be hard to come back from those choices. Like, this is the part about being a relatively, I don't know, it's not just a problem with being a young person, but it's especially difficult, I think, in your 20s, because you're being asked to make and I don't know for sure that you're in your 20s, Blue Smurf, I'm just guessing, but you're being asked to make so many big choices that have a lasting impact on the life that you're going to have with very limited information. Like, you don't know. How do you know? I don't want to bring in Parrot. I want to bring in, actually, and then I got to take off Frankenstein, so I'm going to bring on Parrot. I'm out of substitutions. Nope, I'm going to leave on Frankenstein. I just don't want Oreo Baskets to get hurt or to get a red card. And I believe in Frankenstein's ability to avoid injury. So that's what we're going to do. It's really hard to make those decisions because they do have a big impact on your life. The only thing I'll say about it is that the most important decision, in my experience anyway, is not where you're going to live. It's not even what you're going to do, it's who you're going to do it with. And in my experience, that decision, like who, if anyone, are you going to kind of cast your lot with? And that can be a romantic relationship. It can be, before I was in a relationship with Sarah, I had a roommate for, 7 years who, we weren't in a romantic relationship, but we were in it together. We were in life, in every aspect of life together. And so I don't think that this is just about romantic relationships, but I do think that, like, who you choose to be with in life is this, in my experience anyway, which is only one person, but it is by far the biggest thing. Like, when I look at my life, and what parts of my life are difficult and what parts are good. The good in my life has very little to do with what I do for a living, although I'm very lucky to do the stuff that I do and to love my work. And has almost everything to do with who I'm with, which means my coworkers, it means my friends, and most of all, it means my spouse. And so I think that it is in a lot of ways the biggest. It's definitely the biggest decision I've made in my adult life, and also for me, like, thankfully, a really good one, and one that I'm really happy with. But I think that is the biggest thing, and so this should be stressful, or, like, I don't know if it should be stressful, but it should be something that you are thinking hard about and wondering about and not sure about. I mean, a really series of good saves from Hodor there, although I wish that he would have held on to the ball, but he doesn't hold the ball, guys. He holds the door. So I apologize for that joke. So he's not a good ball holder, but he is a really good ball toucher, which is the important thing. And I'll remind you that context is everything. Please don't give up a goal. I mean, it's just relentless pressure on the goal. There it is. Now we just kick it long. The referee blows his whistle, and we celebrate a 3-0 victory. Okay, or there's going to be a little bit more gameplay. Let's score again. Let's score, John Green. Remind everybody of how great you were, so that when you leave, people will be even more devastated. No, we're not going to score. And the referee has blown his whistle. It's a 3-0 victory for the Wimbly Womblys. A good, solid win, I would say, and one that I think we can be proud of. I'm going to go pee now. Thanks for watching. Best wishes.